Find out why you're alive today. You can ask me down below. I hope you guys are doing well. It's Friday, July 18th, 2025. And the best thing is to feel alive. To be alive. When people talk about God, when they talk about religion, when they talk about Jesus Christ, even when they talk about Buddha, we're talking about feeling alive. So why you came here is actually to get outside of your mind. So if you had to play a video game and the video game has a quest, a goal, this is why we're here in this reality, is actually to leave the thinking mind and feel our life. So we're leaving the thinking mind and just thinking, and we are moving, we are switching to feeling. And does that make sense? When you begin to feel around you, Well, it's a sense of an awareness. It's not thinking about something. See, a lot of people, they don't have, they can't wait. And the reason for our existence is to wait. Because what we are, it's a standstill. So if you ever wonder why we came here, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? The reason that you don't know the answer, the reason why you don't know the answer to anything is because you have to become still. When we talk about an evolutionary scale, humans, they are acting like cavemen. They are not in control of their body because they don't know what's going on with it. And there's a lot of depression and suffering. So the core of who we are is not in the thinking mind. Because only what you are thinking is there temporarily. And then you have another thought. And then you become the thought. And then your thought changes again. But you are not your thought. You are something beyond the thought, and you have to understand this. You are actually the feeling of life. But therefore, you have to feel. You can't think about life. What's up, boss? You can't think about your existence. So you have to actually feel your life. You are living. But you have to feel it. You can't think about it. So, what is life? What is Jesus Christ? What is everything in the world? Where does it all come from? Why do we all exist? It's simply, it comes from a stillness. And you have to become still. And when you become still, which most 99% of the people in the world aren't, you're chilling with one of the people who are, because it's an evolutionary scale. We'll talk about that more in a second. But what reality really is, it is a feeling of life. It's a never-ending feeling of life. And it's an ongoing feeling. So you can only do hello earns 20. I probably can't do a backflip right now. I like my beard too. No, you don't need to buy alcohol and drugs, because why do you buy alcohol and drugs? Because you want to feel something. You want to feel something, but you already are life. You don't have to take anything, and nothing is going to make you feel life, because you already are it. No drug and no alcohol, they're not going to make you feel more alive. So you can only do two things in reality. Woo! Okay? You can only do two things in this reality. One, you can think. The only other thing you can do is when you get caught up in action and not thinking. And when you when you feel your life, when you actually feel your being, well, you're not thinking. And thinking is 1% of your total capacity. And feeling is 100%. Because who you actually are, the feeling of reality, what Jesus Christ is, the meaning of life, it's actually when you stop thinking and you actually just feel your life. Good morning, Kelly. Hello, Adrian. God bless everyone here. I haven't been live in a couple days. And again, we are life. We are fundamentally living. And you don't need to do anything outside of you. Listen to me. Whether it's sex, drugs, anything that is outside of you, it's 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 an illusion. Because when you feel the life inside of you, you feel 110%. You feel complete. And when you feel this, nothing outside of you can make you feel better than this. Because you are right here. I've actually felt this mostly all of my life, but no one told me about it. I don't have nothing to do with the nails because the girls love them, love it. I know a couple people from Germany. Hello, Lego. I don't know if it's been 5 days. It might be a whole week since I've been live on here. So the biggest secret to reality is everything is here to distract you, and it's meant to confuse you. And because the source and what you really want to feel is inside of you. So you want to pay attention to how you feel when you do something. See, when people masturbate, they might feel good for a little bit after they climax. But if you pay real close attention, you feel like you hate yourself. You feel like shit. You get caught up in the mind. So this whole reality, why you exist right now, is so you stop thinking. Okay? Everything that you've ever done, it has came to you from the inside. Whether you did a drug, whether you felt hatred towards people, whether you masturbated. And when you throw your energy outward, okay, you're dissipating your life force. When you realize your energy and pay attention to the inside, then it grows. So if you want to know the answer to anything in the world, if you want to know about Jesus Christ, if you want to know about God, Buddha, anything you want to know the answer to, you have to become still. Because this is where everything is at. Everything is slightly moving, but we need to become still. That's where everything comes from. And we want to feel Jesus Christ. We want to feel God. We want to feel one with reality. And what happens is something phenomenal. When you stop thinking, you actually begin to dwell in your inner being. You actually become one with life. You feel so alive. You can literally sit there with your eyes closed and not do nothing. Or you could do everything. But it's a feeling of life. It's what's keeping you alive. God bless you all. How are you, Lego? How are you, Adrian? How is everybody in here? These mushrooms are popping up everywhere. So Adam fell from grace because he listened to his thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, we got to see our thoughts as if we're taking a step back, because our soul is behind your thought. That's why you have to stop thinking to get to your soul. There's really only one way to go. And there's only one solution to reality. Reality is not meant to be complex. That's why we don't know how anything really works in the universe. We can only feel it. Everything in life is just happening around us. So what's underlying our thoughts and behind our thoughts that is our soul. Okay? Did you guys like the picture of the mushroom? And when we start to see our thoughts and we step back from them, instead of becoming our thoughts, because this is what everybody in the world is doing, because this is what it's mean to be unconscious. It's all the same words. All words come from no words, or they all come from one word. So words are really just confusion. And so once we begin to see our thoughts, and once we gain control of our soul, which we can do this now, then let's just say our house burns down. Our girlfriend leaves us. Our dog dies. We know that we become detached. And this is the best thing ever. And what happens eventually when you start watching your thoughts, this is the final stage, the final enlightenment. This is what it means to be alive. It is actually to stop thinking. So you watch your thoughts, you take control how you want to feel, and then boom, eventually you'll stop thinking. Did we like the mushroom? Yeah. Most people are running around all day. You can tell when someone is silent. You can tell when someone is actually... Most people are just running around all day. Even when they say hi to you. Even when they're walking. They're always thinking. The truth be told is, our soul, our original being, does not think. God does not think. God and the whole universe comes from a stillness. And for us, and so does Jesus Christ. And for us to become and actually feel God, we have to become still. So everyone's mind is running around all day. They're thinking. They can't stop thinking. But once you do stop thinking, wow, then you realize you don't want to think ever again. Thinking is like your own greatest self-trap. Oh, you think this about reality. Everyone thinks something. They all have an opinion. They say I'm preaching the four people. That's just what you're thinking. The whole world is failing me right now. Everything around me is feeling me right now. You don't know this. All the demigods, the whole world, you feel. The grass is feeling me. Simply because I morph into it, I become one with it. When you stop thinking. Yeah. So real happiness is when you stop thinking. When you don't feel amazing, you feel miserable. It's one or the other. Misery loves company. When you feel your inner soul, then you have happiness forever. It's not a thought of happiness. You literally morph, become happiness. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys. Again, most people, they can't even stop. Most people, the reason why you can't get a girlfriend, because no one can even stop. You can't even stop to talk to a woman. You can't even stop to talk to a neighbor. They're always doing something. They're always fidgety. Even when they're sitting, their mind is running like crazy. So when you're thinking, you're not actually feeling life. And you're actually doing something, which is thinking. I could act crazy roles in Hollywood. Yeah, yeah. I do have like one movie I want to do. It's would be the best movie ever. I'm not even going to say the name of the movie, but it'd be like the most realist, the most feelist movie you ever saw. Because when you watch movies, they're always cutting. They're always cutting scenes. There's never really any silence. There's music. And what happens when you put emotional music, you usually don't even hear it or listen to it, but it invokes an emotion. This is why people put music behind all the TikTok shorts. Because if you take the music out of the movies, you take the music out of the video games, it's not striking your emotional chord. I love all you guys. I want you guys to have the best Friday of your life. When has anyone even said that to you? I want you to have the best life. Go out there and try to find somebody. You might be searching for a couple lifetimes. The reason why people don't want to listen to me is because they don't have patience. God has everlasting patience. For real. That's why he lets you go up and he lets you go on with all the chaos in the world. He don't give a fuck what happens to you. Because he's waiting for you first to realize and acknowledge there has to be something more to this reality. So he lets you go do whatever you want. This is our departure from God. And so we get caught up in doing whatever that we want. But eventually, we want to go back. We want to feel life. Yeah. So God lets you do whatever you want. But that's just so you exhaust all your desires and all the things you want. And then eventually, with his everlasting patience, because he literally is patience, oh, okay, now most people don't know God, don't even know anything about life, because they aren't patient. Okay? And since I'm patient, they're nervous or simply they're impatient. I can't even stop to tie my shoe with a friend because they're thinking in their mind. Non-stop they're thinking in their mind. And so me taking my time, other people, they have no rest. Most of the world, they have no patience. And so when I'm still taking my time, it strikes their ego. It strikes their thinking. Yeah. Bless you, Jonas, Chris. I think that's an amazing thing. Really, the only reason someone should ultimately smoke weed is if they're already happy. Because what weed and what any drug and alcohol does, and you just be aware, you have to be aware, it all takes life from you. And all you have to do is feel it. Yeah. And I can tell you from, especially from, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. But weed, it makes you go into your thinking mind, which is the exact opposite of what we're trying to do. Yeah. Because it takes life away. But let's just say you're very young. Let's say you have a lot of energy. Well, you're not going to feel the effects of weed. It's very subtle. You're not going to feel the effects of tobacco. Yeah. No, people actually get schizophrenia from weed. You can search it up online. It gives you, it can give you psychosis. Yeah. And another thing is the weed that's out is not even the same weed. It used to be way less potent. Yeah. Again, the source of life and everything we've ever felt, all their ideas and thoughts, everything has always come from within inside of you. So we don't need anything externally. It's kind of like a bullshit. We came to experience this world, and then we do smoke weed, and we do, basically, we become not perfect. So, like, we talk too much, or we fall in love and we get hurt. basically it's too good for our own good. When everything's perfect, well then it's kind of like, oh, you want to push that red shiny button, but you know you're not supposed to push it. Yeah. But the greatest thing is actually just feeling your life. Yeah. Everything else is taking you away. Yeah. 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 Well, 1 or 2 drinks a year, you can drink all day. But are you doing it consciously? Are you running from your emotions? If you're happy, and especially if you're settled in your soul, then you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Yeah. The thing is, there's been too many habits that take your energy away for such a long time that you can't be still. Literally. So then it ruins your life. This air around us, it's actually fucking alive. The grass is growing. So it has to be fucking alive. And now those are kind of like, they fuck with your mind. How is the grass alive? How is the air alive? Okay. I get that. But you can feel the air. Then you actually become the air. Even more so, what I really want to get at is go look at an animal. Really look at them. Whether it's your dog, a backyard chicken, go to the zoo. If you really look at the animal in their eye, you'll see it's complete emptiness. They're completely empty. And so they have no thoughts. And this can trigger the stillness inside of you. Yeah. Yeah. I have backyard chickens. Yeah. Thank you, Jonas. We got 10 more minutes on here. The best Friday of your life. See that truck? I just missed it. It literally rolled up right in the field. But if you can really just look at an animal, especially in its eyes, you'll see that there's something in it. And that's just strictly life. We can become that life. Yeah. everything is alive around us. Now, but when you get with a human being that has no thoughts, more so they rise above thoughts, and so they have enlightenment. This actually triggers enlightenment in other people. Just because the energy field that a human being holds, it is the best thing. So yes, you can go with a dog. That's why people love dogs, because they're not thinking. They're life. But you can go out in nature too. But when you get around an enlightened person, then it's literally the best thing in the world. Because it's just the magnet field. Yeah. It's really the biggest blessing, but it's not prioritized in our society. In India, they actually prioritize that. Yeah. Maybe we'll end it right there. Because we're not trying to figure out what reality is. It's not our drive in society. Neither is God. If God was our drive in society, then we'd be in churches every single day. All of us. We're all already connected on the phones. If we really wanted to know what reality is, we would be, all of us, not just a couple of us, not just a couple scientists, we would all be every day going out and finding and searching together what reality is.